Welcome, everybody, to another spectacular episode of the Popcorn Watchlist podcast. I am your host, Xavier. I am now joined by the usual suspects. Once again, I've got Anthony,
How you doing?
resident
Evil?
evil movie buff. No, that got canceled. We'll talk about that later. I got over my info newsman, Danny, over to my right.
What's up?
And we got the young man, Zach, up in the corner.
Howdy, guys.
And
With the ripped pants.
the ripped pants. Get wrecked.
Stop crossing your legs.
Don't enjoy it. Just accept it. For those who can't see or don't watch the YouTube,
It's a good thing.
It's a good thing because Zach unfortunately experienced a minor wardrobe malfunction that we may or may not be putting a lot of attention to.
Like SpongeBob with the ripped pants.
Exactly. So dividing back in, so we had another fun week. We got a fun topic for today's episode. We're going to be talking about monster films. But before that, I wanted to do a quick run around for our tried and true standard of what we recently watched. I'll leave the floor open to you guys. I'll start with you, Danny.
So I saw The Incredible Hulk.
This is the Edward Norton,
Yeah.
Tim Roth movie.
I rewatched it. This is the first time I rewatched it since it probably came out.
Nice.
Wow.
Did you see it with the deleted scene?
14 years ago.
Yeah.
God.
Wait, which
Uh,
deleted scene? The
no.
credit scene one?
No, the Captain
So
America.
you saw the Edward Norton one, not the.
Oh, yeah.
not the
Yeah,
Ang Lee
yeah.
one.
The one where he tries to he put a bullet and the other guy spit it out, right?
Yeah.
That scene, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, I did not see that scene.
I think it's a end credit scene, I believe.
It was a deleted scene, yeah, because you have to dig into it or you have to own the at-home footage
look
for
for
it.
it.
Yeah, you gotta
But,
own that at-home thing.
I just wanted to rewatch it just because since, we're watching She-Hulk and
Mm-hmm.
a lot of callbacks to this movie.
I'm
it
totally,
is
I'm
in the
literally a
MCU.
different person. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that.
I had fun with it. It wasn't as bad as maybe I remember it.
No, it's definitely like it's on a different tone than the Ang Lee Hulk.
Yeah.
The Ang Lee Hulk is just like thematically and emotionally I liked it, but when you rewatch it, there's just so many of those like comic panels that like seem to it's all over the place. Like they do it all the time. It's like, look, comic panel this, and it's just like Ang Lee was just going nuts with it. But it's not like he's a bad director. It's just like I think that was one kind of effect that he just used way too much, man.
Yeah. One thing I noticed was there's a scene where it was referenced in What If.
Which one?
Trying to remember the episode. I think it was episode 3 of What If, where Yellow Jacket was.
Oh
Really
yeah,
ever-
that one. The main scene where they do the assault
in
in the college.
Yeah, in the college in the
Mhm.
in the hallway.
Yep.
So that was cool.
Yeah, and he
Totally
used the
forgot
big
about that.
Pym particles. Like what? And then, yeah, how do you assassinate the Hulk? But no Hulk assassination in this movie, obviously.
No, but it was cool seeing a intense Hulk and not a smart Hulk for a change.
Yeah, I remember the when like he's in the cave and he's still Hulk and he's hiding in the rain, and then
Hits
like
his head.
lightning strikes and he just yells at the lightning.
Throws a
Everybody,
rock.
yeah, and throws a rock at it. Everybody's like, "Oh, what if that's Thor?" And then we got a Thor movie and people were hella hyped. So
Yeah.
thanks Iron Man 2.
No, we got Tony Stark making a cameo at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun. The Consultant, yeah, that's the one shot that they made. Nifty.
But if you haven't seen it in a while and you're into She-Hulk, I say check it out.
Where can you find it right now currently?
It's on HBO Max and not Disney Plus.
Of all places, HBO Max. Pretty
Because
nuts.
Universal
Yeah.
produce the movie. So
Yeah, some distributing rights to it. It's kind of weird.
even though you would think it would be on Peacock,
yeah, that's what
not.
you would think.
but not at HBO.
Was it Universal or was it Paramount?
Universal?
Universal.
It was the only one of the early MCU
Mhm.
movies that were not
Yeah,
Paramount.
yeah, before
Because everything else was
Disney
Paramount.
bought Marvel.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, even now, or up until maybe recently, Hulk, the rights were still owned by Universal. So Marvel can't make solo Hulk movies. They have to
Correct.
make team up movies.
Mhm.
But that's a whole I think maybe the rights have already reverted back, or it's close to reverting back.
Hence why they can make She-Hulk.
Well, I
No,
don't
it's
think
different.
it's
different
different.
character.
Yeah, I think it's different.
All right.
But that's why he's only been in other characters' movies
Mhm.
or a team up movie instead of his own movie so far. Well, and ever since Mark Ruffalo went into the role, and Disney bought it. But yeah, hopefully soon they'll.
Let's
that.
hope. Yeah, let's hopefully soon.
Now,
So-
do you prefer how Hulk looks like in Incredible Hulk? Or do you like how he looks like now?
Or
I
like-
prefer how
or like,
he
do you
looks
like again before Smart Hulk? Like we're talking about, like Hulk on Sakaar and that kind
Yeah.
of stuff.
Well, no, just like just Mark Ruffalo's Hulk versus Edward Norton's Hulk. Like,
I think I prefer Norton's Banner, and I like Ruffalo's Hulk.
I kind of like Ruffalo's Banner actually, because Hulk is or Banner is he's a I don't know what the word is, but like he's an actual scientist. But I feel like Edward Norton's Hulk wasn't so much of a scientist.
No, I think
You,
he was,
you,
he
you
like
was
saw
kind
still-
of-
some of the
he's definitely
parts.
a scientist. Yeah, like there's
But not like high IQ like how Ruffalo's version is.
like they allude to it when he first got the gamma blast and everything. Like it was an actual thing. Like,
Yeah.
and it's just him on the run.
The
in
whole
that
movie is
movie.
just him on the run, but you
Yeah.
don't get to spend too much time.
No, but he does do all the, and he sneaks into labs. He's doing all his testing, and then he speaks through digital chat with Samuel Stearns, who hopefully I'm hoping we can get as the leader in She-Hulk. That would be dope. But hopefully this episode ages well and we get some fun stuff there. But who knows?
But because
Curious-
I like the way Edward Norton's Hulk looks like you can see like the
Hella
muscle
muscular.
fibers,
Yeah.
whereas
Yeah.
with Ruffalo's it's just like
Big and green.
it's big and green.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like
All right.
like you can't see those fibers, which is
Yeah, it's like
pretty
different.
cool.
It's like different comics artist styles when they draw the Hulk.
Yeah.
Curious to see how they go with Abomination and what that story leads to.
Oh yeah, that'd be fun. I'm a different man now. Right? Yeah, Tim Roth is great.
Haikus.
Yeah, haikus. Yeah, Tim. If you want to hear one, please note. No, Tim Roth is great. So like he's in a lot of stuff that he's in. Like it always piques my interest. But it was cool to have him where he was at. But then it remains to be seen what else that they're able to still do more with him. So thankfully that's there, and hopefully we get some more stuff.
Yeah, we have a new episode coming out tomorrow as of recording this, so we'll probably get more of what will happen for the rest of the show.
Indeed, we do. Excellent. All right. Throw it over to Anthony. What'd you get to watch?
I've seen the first half of Sandman, the first 6 episodes, because I've heard that after episode 6 it's different. But yeah, I saw the first 6, and yeah, those last like 3 were very good.
Yeah, I'm on episode 4 right now where he does the thing.
Watch
Yeah.
the next one.
I heard 5 is nuts.
5 and 6 are very good.
Yeah. It's
gotta
on my
watch that.
to-do list.
Yeah,
But Sandman's really good. It's just I gotta be like in a mood to watch it. It's really good. It's really good. It's I highly recommend it. It's Netflix for sure. They don't know whether or not they're gonna get a second season.
yeah, it's kind
Which is
of weird.
annoying.
I hope they do, because
That's like every.
I've only
Netflix.
seen half of it. And it's
Freaking Netflix.
so far it's
Netflix
really,
and
really
HBO
good.
Max are
They're for their own specific reasons.
'cause
They're
they're
getting
losing
some
money,
jank
huh?
going on. Like I don't know. Who knows?
But yeah, it's pretty much it. I mean, I saw Dragon Ball again.
Nice.
Last
Japanese
week.
or English?
Well, with you, we saw it in English.
That's right. I thought you saw it again
No,
beyond
no,
that.
no, no,
Yeah.
no.
Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Anthony and I saw that again. So Dragon Ball Superhero, I thought would be kind of like stretched out and kind of make some weird convoluted plot. Believe it or not, no. It's pretty straightforward. It's got some decent callbacks to Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. So if you guys remember, all I'm gonna say is if you guys remember the filler episode of Goku and Piccolo learning how to drive, you will understand the reference and actually really enjoy it. All the characters had their fun chances to shine. I think it was really nice to see. And Pan was great. Like Pan was
Yeah.
really fun. The English dub is surprisingly really well done. And I think whoever did the translation really, I think, got a lot of the contextual stuff down so that it sounds way more natural instead of just like direct translation. So they kind of, use their inferences right, and it makes the dialogue sound way more natural. And like one of the key standouts is Piccolo. I think Christopher Sabat does him, Vegeta, and a couple other characters, and that guy had a lot of work with different roles in the movie, and he made him just like he's been doing for over 20 years, like making him sound great. So
Nice.
it's cool. And fun fact, one of the villains is voiced by the voice of Mario, Charles Martinet.
Charles Martin.
Yeah,
Interesting.
it was weird because I'm hearing it, and then the credits, I'm like, that's Charles Martinet. What the hell? That's awesome. So he's not.
It's me.
Yeah, it's a me, Magenta. Like it's just, yeah, it's fun. It's really cool. If you've been waiting for Gohan to do some cool stuff, you're gonna get it. Dude, he's straight up brain bustered somebody with that like suplex and then dropped him on his head. Like,
Yeah, there were a few Izuna drops in this movie.
yo, yeah. The whole thing. Basically, like the fight sequences are animated really well. Like they're really fun to follow. And initially, like if you've seen the trailers, you're like, whoa, this animation looks a little like not jittery, but it's like they move not like it's like in a weird level of fluid where it's not fluid but is. It's like 3D digitally art animated. It's hard to describe, but when you actually see it in action as the movie progresses, it makes sense and it looks really good. So yeah, so you saw that with me. That was fun. Anything else?
I saw the Adam Project about 2 weeks ago. I don't think I mentioned it.
Oh,
But
you
yeah,
finally watched
yeah, I
it.
finally watched it. It was fun. I liked it.
That's
Nice.
the time travel one, right?
Sure.
The Adam, well, kind of not time
With
travel, but some kind of
Ryan
The
Reynolds.
first 15 minutes. There's a movie. With
Oh, Adam Project. I'm thinking of something else. Project
No.
Almanac. That's what I was.
that. No. Project Almanac. I think is something based off of like a Michael Crichton.
But that's like isn't like a time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Time
Or no,
thing.
that's called Timeline. That's Timeline. Sorry. Anyway, Adam Project.
I know which one you're talking about too. I
Yeah,
saw that
there
one.
is
Yeah,
Project
okay, I
Almanac,
was
but then
getting
there's also
confused.
Timeline.
Yeah.
Timeline is not a good movie.
Well, it is This one's still a time one, right?
I don't know.
It's
I didn't pay attention to that part. But no, yeah, it was
Just watch it.
it was enjoyable. It was fun.
It's on Netflix.
Yes.
Dude, I
that
forgot
one I have
Paul
to watch.
Walker is in
Sandman
Timeline.
and Adam Project on Netflix.
Both on Netflix. Excellent.
Dragon Ball in theaters.
Indeed. Maybe on Crunchyroll some way down the line, but own it. It's really nice. Zach, what'd you get up to?
I'll be honest. I didn't really watch much. I just finished watching Silicon Valley, and then
Much, but he mentions one of the best
The whole-
comedies.
the
in
whole
recent
show.
Well,
generation.
because when we were here,
You were at season 4.
I was already like.
Yeah. Can't
Okay,
have
there
my
it goes.
snare.
I was like 2/4 of the way done, and then I just finished the rest in like the next couple of days, and
Mm-hmm.
it was. I like the last episode. It was kind of
Yeah, it was nice. Yeah, it's a good
they
wrap up for everything.
they bring back Ehrlich.
Yeah. They brought back early.
How did you feel the show was after he left?
I I didn't really felt like it was any different. I mean, you do kind of notice, like, obviously he's like TJ Miller isn't there anymore. I think the rumor was, or not the rumor, but like what I had heard was he left because he was difficult to work with. So they kind of wrote his character off as like being stuck in
China.
like Tibet
Mhm.
or whatever it was, right? But you kind of hardly notice that he's not there. Like, I didn't really feel a change in the dynamic of the show and the characters and how, like, they still mentioned him here and there because, like, oh, like where is Ehrlich? Like they think he's like trying to find his way back or something, right?
Mhm.
Or they think, like, he is missing, but like, trying to get his way back. But no, I didn't really feel like it was any different. It was still great. Like, it's not like, with The Office, when people think that when Steve Carell left, like that was the end of the show, like the quality kind of went down.
Think.
But
It went-
I mean,
It went down a
it
little
did go-
before that, but
it
yeah.
went down before that. But people are using him leaving as like, okay, when he left, that was it. The show was,
it
garbage.
didn't help.
but yeah, it didn't help. But then again, the show was still fine afterwards.
Mhm.
But you notice that he's gone. In this show, in Silicon Valley, you don't really notice it, to be honest. It was still
Alright.
a good show, good ending and everything. Kind of wish there was a little bit more. like I feel like the seasons could have been maybe a few episodes longer. Like I think the most
Yeah,
was
like
10.
I felt that.
Yeah, like 8 or 10.
I felt that in
Yeah.
the second to last season. Like I wanted more, but we still. I think what we got, I think it was still really good.
Yeah,
But,
yeah, it was still like everything was like kind of compact into like short seasons,
Mhm.
and they're 30-minute episodes. So one season feels like a really long movie, like a 4 or 5 hour movie.
Oh yeah, for you because you're just streaming it. I remember every week.
It's like
and
binging
it's
it all the way
damn
through. Yeah, but yeah. Back then you had to wait
Wait.
every week.
What was the episode where they're at the desert, the whatever fest, and then they just get the massive
the-
hologram Russ Hanneman?
That was awesome.
Was it Rust Fest?
Russ
Yeah,
Fest,
Rust
yeah.
Fest.
Dude, he's just and over there you see a giant man. Like, what the hell, dude? That's great.
That was the final season, right?
Yeah.
I think it was, yeah,
Yeah, that was like the 4th or 5th episode or whatever it was.
yeah.
No,
'cause,
maybe a little bit later, like 7th or 8th episode, maybe.
I think
But that
like
was fun.
8 out of 10. Yeah, it was.
what streaming
fun.
service?
HBO Max.
HBO Max for sure.
Danny,
yeah.
you should watch it. I think you'd like it.
You'd like it a lot.
Yeah.
Like the first episode is hilarious. Like some companies going public with their valuation, like congratulations everybody, and like it's just like normal nerdy tech in Silicon Valley stuff, and he's like doing his whole like I'm trying to bond with people, but I'm awkward. Here's my friend Kid Rock. And Kid Rock is just out there like what the hell am I doing?
Oh, that was one thing I didn't know that the actual actor who
guy who
played
plays
like
Richard?
the CEO of the one
Huli?
company. No, not Huli.
No, the other guy,
The other
one who
guy.
passed away, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I didn't know that they wrote his character off because he actually
He actually
Yeah.
died. Yeah, but he played that part perfectly.
he
Like
I
it's
was like-
great. Just how like just aloof, like it's like brilliant, but also kind of aloof, and like I don't understand this. And he just like it.
I wouldn't even say like aloof. I mean, it goes beyond that. Like he wasn't paying attention, or not that he wasn't paying attention, but he wasn't like focused on
Yeah,
anything. Like he had his like ADHD, or not ADHD, ADD through the roof.
Yeah.
Like he was focused on like getting or having one of everything from Burger King.
yeah. It's like
For
I
example.
just need that. And then when they brought in Lori to kind of like to consolidate with some of the other stuff, like she was her own level of just like completely impersonal, like at all, of just in her own
Yeah.
like. I'm not going to like. I mean, I have to show it to my sister because she works with people on the spectrum. Like I don't know if it's just that she just is very she's very neurotypical neurotypical. Like she's not neurotypical. That's
Yeah.
her whole different thing. But they play it off so well for comedic effect. Like the show's is written great.
Yeah, no, it was really written really well. And then of course you had the actor that played the news anchor from Parks and Rec appear in that one episode.
Oh,
That when I
Per-
saw him, I'm like,
heard happily.
Heard happy.
yeah.
The best.
I thought maybe he was gonna have that character was gonna say something that his character would say on that show, but
No.
we didn't get that.
Nope. Thing is, that's his best role. Like he's been in random other movies as doing something else, but then it's just like he's not doing the purred happily cadence, and it's just it's just like
and he was in like the same kind of role. He was an anchor when he appeared in this show. So I was like, okay, he's gonna do,
purred happily stuff.
but he didn't. Kind of a disappointment, but the show is still really good.
Tell us the sentence that you will tell us to vote for you, and you would tell us right now. Like he's so redundant. He's overly redundant. That character. We're talking about Parks and Rec's purred happily, but
I think one of the best main characters on that show.
yeah, one of the best recurring characters for sure. All right, nice.
And then I rewatched The Whiplash,
Ooh.
Ooh, he's
Ooh,
inspired by
nice.
Danny.
and I kind of want to watch it again.
It's good, but it's heavy. I mean, like I
Yeah,
don't know.
it's really
Did you ever play music in school? Like,
Yeah, I was in band
you're in
from
band,
middle
right?
school and high school. Yeah, I was,
Yeah, so like you got a little bit of flashback.
Well, because funny enough, I was in percussion middle school, but I never played the drum set. I played the snare
Xylophone?
drum, bass, but mostly xylophone. I did
Xylophone.
do mostly xylophone.
Nice.
Luckily, I never had to play the drums, or else. I mean, I don't think my band director would have been that kind of guy, but I mean, he was very like making sure that we all sounded well, but not to the point of like
Not like that.
throwing.
Not my
chairs
tempo.
I always felt
and-
like in
and
university
symbols.
it either is like really chill because everybody's in focus and doing well, or like
Yeah.
it's just like Whiplash, and also like high level
Well-
high school. Like when I played, we
Yeah.
were like going to a lot of different symposiums and going for high level grades and stuff and getting those
Like
marks.
doing like
And,
FBA.
yeah,
stuff.
like
Yeah.
FBA, like high ranked stuff. And so
That's
like
what I did in
they
middle school.
tried to, like they drilled us into that in high school. And man, there were some times where like there were chairs kicked, stands swiped over, batons snapped, stuff thrown off to the side. Man,
Drumsticks.
it was legit, man. Yeah.
That
No, I
that
never
final
experienced that, but
that final concert though.
But that final concert was just hey, I'm gonna torpedo you.
Something else.
Nope,
Well,
I'm gonna
'cause-
torpedo you. And he's just like, well,
yeah,
damn,
because I mean the way that J.K. Simmons just played that part was
it's
insane.
perfect. It is just perfect. The right level of
Mhm.
intensity. Like there's actually like a teacher in there too, but it's just way too intense. Like it's
Yeah.
nuts.
Yeah, and then they're at the end that final scene where he just walks up to Andrew and he's like, "I knew it was you. You think I'm a effing idiot or whatever."
Yeah.
And he goes talks to the audience, says that we're gonna play a new piece. He doesn't have the music,
Yeah.
and then he comes back. He's like, "F this. I'm actually gonna
Yeah.
like
And he's just like,
prove
okay, fine.
myself."
I'm just gonna go with it. Like it's just like, okay, cool, and then just go with it. A whole thing. They're like, oh, okay. Give him the music and play. It's just like, okay, he earned the respect. I guess I just like, I'll torpedo you.
Yeah,
But
because his character was like, okay, like this guy's actually like pretty good now, and he's actually gonna like, okay, he's like, I'll count you, or I'll whatever, like not count you in, but
I'll tell you when to.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
basically like you'll. It's like, okay, you'll
I'll tell
play
him
the
to come
fill,
in.
and then you'll come into the rest of this after he went ballistic with his own like
Yeah.
mini solo.
And he's like, okay, and he's like getting ready to cue the band.
Yeah, and then the band like, all right, you're gonna play along with this, and he just does his own thing.
Yeah.
Cool.
Instead of just trying to like tell him like to get out, to get out of here, or
Yeah, like or
sabotage him again.
sabotage him, or
But-
just like, oh, we messed up, so we didn't do the thing. Yeah, it was like his end game was just to make him like storm off and like quit. He just said, screw it, I'm gonna keep playing
Yeah.
because this is what I meant to do. And he's like, well, I guess I really did instill it in him. It's weird, like this weird like recursive,
Back and forth.
traumatic,
Yeah.
like back and forth of just like I am worthy for your crazy
Yeah.
level of teaching. So get wrecked,
and then
son.
ultimately like earned his respect.
and earn the respect at the end because he
Yeah.
did put in the work.
Like I would rewatch the movie just for that final scene, but I still like the whole movie.
No, I remember the build up for it, and I was watching it. I'm like, what the hell? Oh my god! And then he just keeps going. He's like, oh no, he's not backing down. And then what? What? And it's amazing.
No, it's
It's
so
good.
good. It's such a good movie.
Yeah.
I think I might watch it
Well-deserved,
again tomorrow.
Well-deserved Oscar win.
It's
Yeah.
also
For
J.K.
J.K.
Simmons.
Simmons,
Yeah.
it's
It's on
also on HBO Max.
Yeah,
HBO Max.
I think I might watch it again tomorrow, since it's my day off. So
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Yeah, I still have I have homework I gotta watch, but I did finally.
Me too.
Speaking of homework, there was
Homework you have to watch?
yeah, man, popcorn watch list homework.
Oh.
But
Rogue-
I
Rogue
finally got around, other than catching up with some of like the weekly streaming shows that are up, I finally got a chance to watch a movie that normally I wouldn't watch, but it actually follows one of my rules when it comes to a particular actor. And it's a movie called Day Shift on Netflix.
Mm.
Yeah.
Any thoughts?
Jamie Foxx,
Snoop Dogg.
Snoop Dogg.
oh, the vampire one.
Yeah,
yes.
the vampire one. It's a lot of fun.
And your other favorite actor.
No, shut up. That's exactly what I'm referencing. I want you guys
I'm
to watch
surprised
the
you
movie.
watched it.
Yeah, I did. Well, I'm telling you, there's a particular. It makes up for it because
Okay.
the character he plays is not like the I'm trying to be cool and whatever. Like he's like the really bookwormy desk jockey. That's part of the like vampire hunting guild, and he's never been in the field, and he's like super nerdy and all by the book and the code. And Jamie Foxx is the one that's with experience and showing him like here's what the real world is like. Snoop Dogg is hilarious. The music all the licensed songs are awesome. Like I think they used Body Count, that is Ice-T's band.
Oh yeah.
They used a song from Body Count. They had a lot of West Coast rap, which is great, obviously. The story is pretty good. For what it is, like your standard guy trying to save up money for his daughter's school so that she doesn't move away. But the way he does that is that by his cover job is he's a pool cleaner, but he's actually a bounty hunter for vampires. And the funny thing is that he's desperate, so he wants to rejoin the guild, and so he needs Dave Franco's character to kind of babysit him, make sure he's by the book. If not, he's axed. He's out of a job and out of a steady income. But what's really funny about it is the movie starts off with a really cool like sequence where he raids a house during the day, and a couple vampires live there. The body contortions that they use for the vampires are really fun, really cool. And the fighting choreography was pretty fun, but with some gunplay and some hand to hand and some grappling action. All right, yeah, it's pretty cool. Then there's one or two extra fight sequences, like there's something in a bowling alley, and then they bring in these two characters that are like these brothers that are like famous guild vampire hunters. Like they're top tier. They're really really cool. Their covers like they install sound systems. Like they're really really cool. And then I recognize one of them, and it's this guy, famous choreographer and stunt performer Scott Adkins. And I was like, oh wait, this is this kind of movie. Because then they get to a fight sequence where they do their stuff, and it's legit, like a legit action movie. There's really awesome martial arts choreography. There's what Anthony would call the wombo combos. Like,
So he's a vampire?
no, he's a vampire hunter,
Oh, okay, nice.
and he does some badass crap. Like, like somebody, there's a wombo combo where somebody like gets tripped,
Mm-hmm.
and like they fly up, and then they get
gets
shotgunned in the chest.
double die.
Yeah, they double die. One person, as they're falling, gets like hit with a bat, and then they land on a stake. Like, it's freaking cool.
Well,
like that
nice.
whole sequence, like it's like a raid, and it's like, oh, it's a hive, and I'm like, oh, it's gonna be cool. And they do some wild crap. Like at first, like the movie's like, yeah, it's good action, like it's pretty well choreographed. Jamie Foxx's character is kind of like a rough and tumble kind of guy, not with a lot of finesse. But then these two guys are legit. Like that whole sequence for me, like cemented the movie of like, whoa, this is legit like action movie. It's cool.
I could only imagine because I was at a family member's house a couple days ago, and I guess they had started watching Day
Yeah.
Shift. So I was like, as I was leaving, I just like stuck around to like watch like the first couple minutes.
Mhm.
With the first like the opening fight scene with this old lady.
Yeah, it was an old lady, and she's like
And
bent half backwards and like kicking him.
it
Still.
looked pretty good, like film, like like the action sequences and the fight style was pretty cool. So I'm curious how much better it gets.
I
with
would
fight
it gets a lot better. I recommend watching it. There's a whole so there's also a chase sequence with cars and with a truck and a couple cars and motorcycles, and there is pursuing drone footage.
Oh boy.
Actually better than
Ambulance?
Amber
ambulance.
lamps.
Actually better to follow than ambulance. It actually
Mm.
makes sense. Like it's just they're turning around, so they use a drone shot to follow the cars as they like turn a corner. I was like, wow, this is easy to follow. I'm not dizzy. and-
no 360.
There's no
jump
360
flips over
loop with a
building.
barrel roll.
Yeah, but does it last long? Because that was the issue where they would have these crazy shots and it would be done
Like
in,
half a
in
second.
half a second.
It's like a good second and a half, so 3 times as long. So it's actually good. No, when you watch it, I will defend this. Like the use of it in Day Shift, it actually works. For like the couple of those chase sequences, it legitimately works. Then there are some fight sequences in close quarters and stuff, and it's really cool. It's everybody does their job well. It's well shot. The action sequences, again, they're easy to follow. It's not a lot of these jump cuts. I think only a couple stuff maybe with Dave Franco's character, but outside of that, like it's I recommend it. It's not long. It's like an hour and 50 minutes, but it's very entertaining.
Nice.
It's on Netflix. That's the main thing I watched. And then
Xavier loves Dave Franco, by the way.
no, no, I love who Dave Franco's married to. And that's the reason why I hate Dave Franco. Dave Franco.
So is it now called Amber Vamps because of the vampires?
Amber Vamps? I
Mhm.
mean, it is in like outside of LA. So
There you go,
technically,
it's a sequel.
Oh my
it
God.
is Amber Vamps. No, it's legitimate. I kind of hope like they do maybe more of these because it's legitimately fun. And it's like like hey like I just need something on the side to watch like to kind of palate cleanser. It's cool, but again, the action's legit. So watch that. Watch Day Shift on Netflix.
Sweet.
Nice. Speaking of vampires and monsters, this is a perfect segue to our main topic. So we're talking about we just came up in conversation between the 4 of us online, and we're like, oh, you know what? Like Jaws is getting its re-release. It's what is it, 50th anniversary?
Possibly, I think
Yeah,
so.
or it's close to 50th.
I think so.
45 years.
We
Danny,
also got
yeah.
announcement of like another King Kong spin-off that they're working on. So
Yeah,
that's
Skull
another
Island
monster.
spinoff. We know that Godzilla versus Kong 2
Two?
is coming out. I'm surprised they're not doing another solo Godzilla movie and before another team up. Like, I mean, whatever, man. Big
Is that what it's called though? Like versus 2,
I don't-
or is it like are they gonna team
Godzilla
up?
and Kong, like
I don't know.
don't
Godzilla
know.
and Kong versus, and it's just versus everybody.
versus
Nah, they're
the
gonna be
world.
mad at each other again, fight again.
Versus the world. But yeah, like you got these big monster movies. There's also like, the more
Classic
monster movies. Like you got your Frankensteins and werewolves and stuff. But I know like you can go from like those classic monsters to kind of freaky stuff, and then you have bigger monsters. You have also the kaiju's, but you also have things like Jaws, Lake Placid. Was this Anaconda? Like that's
I was
technically a
gonna say that
movie.
The Meg.
The Meg. I forgot about the Meg. That movie
That
is
one wasn't too bad.
not bad, but Jason Statham's character is appropriately ridiculous.
So any shark movie is considered a monster movie?
I think so. Deep Blue Sea,
Sharknado.
Yeah.
Sharknado. Well, okay, so the sci-fi monster movies are their own category
That's its own
of
thing.
bonkers. Anthony can tell you why.
Oh
Like-
my god. Freaking, what is it, like volcano spiders or something like that? Yeah, there's some nonsense with those movies.
What's the one that we all needed to see together?
There was a monster.
Let me
movie?
look it up real quick.
No, it was a sci-fi monster movie.
Yeah.
Was it a Sharktopus?
Sharktopus
No.
or Santa Jaws?
Santa Jaws is an actual movie. If you look that up, we
Per-
kid you not.
That can't be real.
Santa Jaws. I will
Oh my.
no.
Pinata.
Oh man, Santa Jaws. It is a 2018 movie.
The Velocipaster.
Oh yes,
Oh,
the
that's-
Velocipaster.
Oh, my
Does that
God.
count? Because he turns. Yeah, it's a creature feature. He
That's
turns into a Velociraptor.
Oh my god.
I forgot. And it's not even a long movie, right? Isn't it like 40 something minutes long?
It's 70 minutes.
Okay, an hour
It's
and
on
20.
Prime.
It's hour and 10. The Velocipaster.
On Prime?
That's awesome.
On Prime? Nice.
Yeah,
We should watch that.
we really should.
Oh
The
my God.
Velocipaster. That is it is definitely a movie.
Predator and Aliens are considered. Those should be monster movies too, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely Alien.
So we
Yeah.
spoke about Prey a couple weeks ago.
Prey
Mhm.
was awesome. If you haven't seen it, go see it. It's on Hulu.
Yeah. Yeah, Hulu's like slowly kind of killing it with a variety of stuff.
I guess you could say like Snakes on a Plane.
I count it.
Mm,
Actually,
I
do
wouldn't
we?
count
No, I don't count it
Snakes.
because a
It's not Anaconda.
I think it's
No.
more
If
of
it
a-
was like Anaconda on a plane,
because
then yes.
yeah, if it was like a monster in
These
a
are
plane,
just like
Just regular snakes.
normal snakes, but in bulk.
yeah, because some like criminal like loaded the plane with snakes. That's not necessarily like, hey, we're going to the jungle, we're being hunted by a giant anaconda.
Yeah.
That's literally the
On the-
plot of
on the
Anaconda.
Piranha.
On the Monday through.
Piranha 3D.
Oh man, Piranha 3D is,
Is
out of hand. Oh, my God.
hilarious. Dude, the one topless chick that like is parasailing and then
And then she becomes bottomless.
becomes bottomless. They just eat their
Yeah, dude.
her
That
top
movie is
half.
out of hand.
Why? Where did we? I think did we watch that at Cinemark up in like Fort Lauderdale?
I don't know, but we had to see it in 3D.
It was
Like,
yeah.
It was actually in 3D. Piranha 3D.
and then Adam Scott is in that movie. And I think Christopher Lloyd,
Yeah,
Oh my.
there's random people. in that
Elizabeth
movie.
Shue.
Elizabeth Shue. Richard Dreyfuss is in that
Yes,
movie.
yes, Richard Dreyfuss is of Jaws fame. Yeah, that man
And they
said, "I
signed
want
on
a
to do
paycheck."
these movies?
Yeah, man, dude, but it's legitimately funny. Like it's
Yeah, it's,
the
it's
movie knows
hilarious.
what
I'm
it-
sure they had a fun time.
Here's the thing. So movies like Piranha 3D and like to extent like Snakes on a Plane and stuff, those movies know what the hell they're doing. Like,
Gary O'Connell.
yeah, like those movies, like they understood the assignment. Like, hey, we're gonna make a cheesy like monster B schlock movie. Like, for example, in the '90s, Lake Placid came out.
Mhm.
That movie kind of sort of straddled the line of like, is it like being goofy? Is it not being goofy? Like Oliver Platt's character was like appropriately ridiculous. Didn't he have like a wild accent or something? Or no, he didn't. I'm thinking of another movie that he was in, the wrestling movie. But yeah, like there's sometimes where like you don't know what is which, or you have obviously again like movies that know exactly what they're doing. Something like a Godzilla, or if you're going on the side of seriousness, something like an Alien or a Predator, where hey, this is legitimately supposed to be something scary, and you got to freak out. And you're going for scares, you're not going for goofs or laughs or anything like that.
Mhm.
And so that's why like it's funny. Zach's like, man, is this for real? It's like, yes, it's for real because they knew what they were doing, and it's hilarious.
Piranha 3D.
Yeah. But I don't know, Danny, if you come up with anything that, like, if you remember watching something maybe like you were younger, or just like, oh, that's freaky, or like, or like in terms of like something like just like this one
The one I was gonna
overlooming monster.
say that I saw, I don't know why I saw it so many times as a kid. I think it was just always on TV. Was Anaconda?
Mm-hmm. Angelina.
It was.
Was that Angelina or is it J-Lo?
No, I'm sorry, J-Lo
That's
and
J-Lo.
John Voight.
J-Lo
Mhm.
and John Voight.
That was a movie.
It is indeed a movie. Like, that was the one where
It's
they
so
started
cheesy,
using
but-
CG Anaconda.
Yeah.
I mean, back then it was like, oh, cool,
This is
big
so
snake.
cool.
But
Yeah.
you watch it now, it's rough.
Yeah, it's just, oh, like the snake is too glossy. It's not real. But hey, like that was what they were working with at the time. Like they're doing animals.
I mean, it was entertaining at the time.
That's true.
It filled its purpose.
Yeah, it filled its purpose. You had a purpose, and it was to be cheesy and kill time at grandma's house.
Yep. Literally.
Literally that.
Jurassic Park also.
Yep. That's
Yep.
That was
considered
a
a
monster
monster movie.
That is indeed. Or is the real monster man for playing with nature?
Oh.
Ooh.
Double monster movie.
Double monster. No, but yeah, that reminds me of the Light and Magic episode about Jurassic Park and how legit the raptors look and everything's just really, really cool. I got a good one. I just remembered it kind of looking through a list of some stuff, and I was like, oh wait, this is a great movie. Came out in '82, and it's still freaky to this day. I don't know if any of you guys have seen it. Zach, probably not. Maybe Danny, for sure Anthony. This movie is an awesome movie starring Kurt Russell
Hmm.
called The Thing.
I've heard of it. Never
Haven't seen
actually
it.
watched it.
We need to watch it.
That movie is awesome.
I know it's.
I know that
Like-
there have been remakes also
Yeah, well, that one is a remake.
Yeah, the one with Elizabeth
80s.
Winstead.
because that came out a few years ago.
Nah, like
no,
10 years
so
ago.
so I'm saying
10, yeah.
the one that we're talking about is the one from the 80s.
Like the
with Kurt
original.
Russell. That's not the original.
Oh, it's not the original.
Yeah,
So
that one
that's
is also
that
a
is
remake.
a remake.
Okay, that's another
technically, yeah.
remake. Okay.
But
They
that
remade
one
a
is
remake.
the best one. It's the best one.
Because it's a remake of one that came out in the 60s or
Mm,
50s.
I
I
think
think
it
so.
was 50s. I think it was 50s.
And then they made another one in
2010.
2010s
Yeah.
with Mary Elizabeth Winstead. Not too
2011.
hot. Not too hot. It was. They made the monster all CG, and the CG wasn't very good. And the ending was kind of cool, but the movie itself wasn't that good.
What made the original the one from 82 so good was all the practical effects. Dude, the whole so the whole thing is that basically some alien life form like just crash lands on a meteor in an Arctic kind of observation base that's with Kurt Russell. It has is Keith David in that movie?
Yep.
Yeah, Keith David. Also, Wilford Brimley. So the guy who's famously was in he's in a great movie called Cocoon that I think Ron Howard directed, if I'm not mistaken. But also he is very famous for the commercials where he asks, "Do you suffer from diabetes?" Oh no, he goes, "My name is Wilford Brimley, and I have diabetes."
That guy?
That's the same guy.
Wilford
Guy.
Brimley, Yep.
Yeah, he's in the thing.
Diabetes.
And dude, that movie's nuts. So basically, this creature can like morph or shapeshift into anything, and so basically, it gets to the point where the crew are hella paranoid. At any one of them could be this thing,
Any living object.
any living object. So it could
That's
be
pretty cool.
a dog. It could be even like, dude, like that the whole sequence with the other dead body. Like man,
all the sequences.
they're
all the
nuts. Like, and it's not a long movie, but it makes basically moral of the story is it makes you appreciate a flamethrower, because man, I don't know, it's so good.
It's nasty too.
Yeah, it's really freaky.
There were. I remember I watched it for the first time 15 years ago. I was just watching it on my bed, watching my laptop, laying down. My brother comes in my room, and so I have my headphones on, and he just sees my face. I'm like, oh, like staring at my screen. He's like, "What are you watching?" I'm like, and I just told him like, I don't know what I'm watching. Like this is it was disgusting. Like there's some really nasty visuals in that movie.
There's some freaky body
Yeah.
horror stuff going
Yeah.
on, man. But it's freaking cool. It is really freaking cool. Yeah, like I don't even know where it's.
yeah, like
It's
I
not
could be
streaming anywhere.
descriptive, but I don't want to because then it might spoil some stuff.
It might actually be a spoiler. Yeah, I don't want to do that to you.
I do have it on the watch list though. I've had it for quite some time.
It's
But
very good. That's definitely a good horror / monster movie.
I think it's my second John Carpenter, second favorite John Carpenter film. The first being obviously Big Trouble in Little China, also starring Kurt Russell.
Nice.
That
Nice.
movie's awesome too for its own reasons. But yeah, the 80s, I think we saw a lot of really good, like again, monster flicks. We mentioned Predator. You've got Aliens, which it's like an action movie, but there's still a whole bunch of monsters around. The original Alien was in the 70s, but I mean, can we consider Terminator? I don't know if it's a monster film per se, because it's not a
No,
monster
not
film.
really.
That's more sci-fi.
Yeah.
Monsters
Would you
like
say-
Pacific Rim. That's a monster movie.
Yeah, monster
Yeah,
kaiju
like
movie.
They're
Kaiju,
fighting
yeah.
monsters.
Yeah, there's still monsters in it.
Now, would you guys consider? Probably not, but
our episode's
The-
gonna be, would you consider this a monster?
yeah.
Yeah, which pretty much that's the name of the episode. Like, it's like, is it a monster movie?
Mr. Owl.
Yeah, we've established our standards. We had big monsters. We've had freaky monsters. We've got, hunting monsters, and then we got just big old like, big old natural monsters like the anacondas and the sharks and stuff.
Well, I asked because in this movie, the monster in question doesn't really, isn't like the classic monster that it is, or that it has been. But the movie it came out, I think, already 9 years ago or so. Dracula Untold.
I never saw that one.
I mean,
Heard it was
technically,
it had its moment.
Like I
Does he turn into a monster?
he turns in. I mean, Dracula turns into Dracula.
he becomes immortal.
He becomes a Dracula vampire.
But he just looks like a human,
Yeah,
like
he's
the
a
human vampire.
Yeah.
I wouldn't consider that monster.
What about Bram
'Cause, like-
Stoker's Dracula?
I don't know.
No,
Maybe.
right? I mean, because
Morbius?
it's
No,
oh
Morbius is
god,
not a monster movie.
it's Morbid time. But then that means, do we talk about like Creature of the Black Lagoon, Frankenstein, the Mummy?
Well, Frankenstein's
Like-
monster is a monster.
Like
Yeah.
the Wolf Man is more of a monster movie because he actually
yeah.
becomes
turns
a wolf.
into a wolf,
Which, yeah, sorry, go ahead.
like American Werewolf in London or anything like that.
Which also has the really cool, like, freaky, practical effect transformations.
That scene is so cool.
Yeah, that scene is really cool. If you ever like want to study like how they break down like the practical effects and they cut to something where it's just in a different morphing, but still keep the like shocking, oh my god, he's legit turning into a werewolf right now, is it's a good study. But I would also say like talking about like werewolves and stuff, the Wolfman remake with Benicio del Toro wasn't half bad.
Emily Blunt.
Yeah. Anthony Hopkins.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That part was
I did watch it. I just don't remember it that much.
I remember him, yeah, like they had some of the like original like old school callbacks. That makes it interesting to me because I remember there was a year in Horror Nights. I don't know if you were with me there that year, Anthony, but they had a Wolfman house. It was
Probably not.
pretty legit. Like they had a dude in a harness like as a werewolf like jumping around like above you.
Nice.
I thought that
Oh.
was freaking cool. Like they spare no expense sometimes with that.
No, I remember going to a house where it was like there were like gargoyles jumping over us or something like
That was also cool.
that. Mm-hmm.
Which friendly reminder, watch Gargoyles on Disney Plus.
Do it.
It's too-
Not a monster movie.
Not a monster movie, but still
Might
watch
be
it.
in the future, but not yet.
Speaking of things flying, again, I'm cheating because I'm looking through some stuff from like the 80s, and I remember it's a classic with Jeff Goldblum. I think Anthony knows what I'm talking about.
Mhm.
You know what movie I'm talking about?
Yes, Jurassic Park.
Not
The Fly.
Jurassic.
The Fly. The Fly.
The Fly. That is correct. That's a guy who directed it, David Cronenberg. He is really big on like body horror and all that. So if you want to see some really creepy stuff, like a really kind of like, ugh, like this is like really borderline disgusting, but it's also fascinating at the same time too, is The Fly with Jeff Goldblum and Gina Davis. Basically, this guy tries to make teleportation. And so he's like testing stuff out, like, oh, cool, things are moving from one to the other. It's teleporting. My science experiment works. So he
I
decides,
think
let
I
me
know
try
where
to
this is going.
let me try to teleport myself. Unbeknownst to him,
A fly goes into the machine. I bet, right?
that is exactly right.
Yeah.
And less shenanigans ensue. No, it's really creepy. Yeah, like there's like the different larval stages. There's stuff coming up. It's really freaky. But Jeff Goldblum just plays Seth Bundle with such humanity, even though like he's descending into just this pure insect kind of thing. It's nuts, man. I recommend watching it. I don't know. It's a Universal film, so maybe Peacock might have it. I don't know. Let's look it up. Gina Davis is his love interest, and it's really freaky. It is not streaming anywhere according to IMDb. That's unfortunate. So that sucks.
All right. The most important question now:
Mm-hmm.
Does Twilight fall into this category?
Because there are werewolves and vampires. But is there? I haven't seen them. Is there like a werewolf
Yes.
god or vampire
No,
that
no.
they become bigger than the other ones? And
No, no God, but there are. I mean, they
I'm
do
bigger than you.
transform. They do transform, like with the werewolves anyway.
yeah,
Like, does that count?
the Lautners,
The Lautners.
Taylor Lautners.
I don't know, Xavier. You're giving us this look that
I have this. I
I
have
mean,
this
if we're
blank
calling
stare.
the movie The Wolfman a monster movie, I guess so.
So that means
guess so.
Underworld is technically a monster
Sure,
movie
because
too.
they have a lot of wolf people, the Lycans.
the
and the
Lycans and the vampires, and
Yeah.
then just that random human guy.
Mhm.
That's some weird hybrid thing. Yeah, you gotta go
Sure,
through. all
why
these-
not?
Sure.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah, we'll allow it.
I haven't seen this movie, but I know a lot of people always talk about it. I don't know if it is a monster movie or not, but Annihilation
Um,
with Natalie Portman and Oscar Isaac,
Oh, that was the movie that came out a
that's
couple years ago,
I
right?
think
Yeah.
it's more like an
Yeah.
alien movie.
like an alien.
But
Okay.
does Alien then not be a monster movie because an alien is the monster in that?
But it's
I don't
not-
know.
It's a
That
monster
counts.
of some
It
kind.
totally counts.
It's
Yeah.
not human.
I guess, but I just don't know if in Annihilation there's something like hunting them or chasing them down. Like that's what I usually like.
Yeah.
There's this overarching big old threat.
All right. So we're saying King Kong is a monster movie.
Yeah,
it's
giant
like one of the-
monster.
one of the
So-
OGs.
Yeah, it's the
What
OG.
about Dwayne the Rock Johnson's The Rampage?
Yes,
Yes.
that's totally a monster movie.
That's like Mighty
Three
Joe
monsters.
Young.
Mighty Joe Young. Is
That movie that Zach has no idea. He doesn't know the words that we're putting together.
Mighty
We say
Joe
Mighty
Young.
Joe Young.
He's Soldier
it's-
Boy going. You just made those up. You just made that up.
You
Yeah,
just
that's
made that.
exactly because it doesn't. It just sounds like you took three random words and put them together.
That's how it sounded like back then too. So,
What's it called?
Mighty Joe Young.
Mighty Joe Young.
He's like
Instead
a
of the same.
giant ape, but he's not that giant. Like I don't know how to describe it. He's like what 10, 12 feet.
Oh, it's a Disney movie.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
Bill
is.
Paxton.
Oh, I've seen this movie.
Charlize Theron.
Charlize.
Yeah, I remember watching this. I'm like, this is completely unremarkable in every shape, like every way, shape, and form.
It looks kind of familiar.
Okay, now I want to go back to Rampage because Rampage,
Based off the game. where
based
you could
off the
play
game,
Three monsters
a giant weird
destroying
Komodo
cities.
lizard, a werewolf, giant wolf thing, or I forgot the name of the gorilla, but the gorilla, the big albino gorilla,
Pretty Amy.
pretty Amy, good gorilla. Yo, does that mean Congo's a monster movie?
No, because that movie's just garbage.
Shut up, Congo's amazing. Watch Congo. I've said
It's not
this
a monster
couple
movie
times.
though.
It's not a monster movie.
Scratch that off the list, everybody. It's not a monster movie.
I mean, but it's in the same vein as Jurassic Park.
no, it's not. Jurassic Park. You cannot. I don't even want to hear.
They're both
I
directed.
did not
They're
hear
both
that. You
written.
just said that.
They're both written by Michael Crichton.
I
Shut up.
know, but they're not the same movie.
Like they're the same thing of animals, monsters coming up, except one of them has a robot arm. When you sign, it says Amy, good gorilla, and hungry.
Wait,
and
wait, which movie is this?
Congo.
Congo.
It is a movie with people.
Can't believe you just
I just
compared it to Jurassic Park.
I compared it in the sense that there are things attacking and killing other humans. Oh, also there's a hippo attack. So yes, it's a monster movie. There's totally a hippo attack in that movie. Anyway,
But is it a? But is
So
it
regular
is it
monster?
a
animals
monster
that are
movie?
regular animals that aren't huge are now monster movies. Because we named the shark movies and Lake Placid because
they're
those are
massive.
like massive versions
Yeah,
of those.
you know what?
animals.
Yeah, that's where we draw a line.
So
I
if,
agree
if
with
you're
that.
just talking about Congo because there's regular apes and other animals attacking humans, it's not
Okay,
really a
that's
monster
not a
movie.
monster movie.
So
yeah,
then,
but
so then
also,
Planet
well,
of the Apes wouldn't
does
count
that
either.
No.
no,
They're
neither
just
does
more
That's just
evolved.
scary.
then that
because-
means neither does Deep Blue Sea.
Yeah, because they're just
Genetically they're smart.
smart sharks.
Dude, I remember. Let's
Yes,
talk about
that's
Deep Blue
Deep Blue
Sea.
Sea. They're smart sharks.
Let's talk about that's the famous where Samuel Jackson's doing a speech and then just gets annihilated by a shark
Yeah.
movie. You should watch that movie just for that scene.
You should watch it because of the
Just
end
watch that
credit
scene.
song of LL Cool J.
Deepest bluest, my head is like a shark fin. What does this podcast devolve to? Anyway, so
Monsters.
the one I remember one time, like people who actually study fish and sharks, when there's a scene where one of the sharks swims backwards, and someone's like, "This
That's
is
not wrong.
that's-
I mean, that's not wrong. That's
Yeah,
wrong. That
they're-
is wrong.
They're like they
Yeah.
can be smart sharks, but that's anatomically impossible. Like this is
Yeah,
not
no,
real."
there's no
No,
way,
they're
yeah.
so smart that they figured out how to
How
do
to-
that.
It was just like, no, this doesn't make sense.
Oh,
Yeah, that
movie.
that junk was hilarious.
Because I mean, I would have said the same thing. Because I mean, that's like a common fact, you know.
Yeah,
Because I
Not
don't
to
know.
the people that made that movie.
No, clearly not.
yeah. But
they skipped that memo.
But yeah, I think going back to like things with monster movies, I think a lot of the best monster movies really try to do a lot of the practical effects over a lot of the CG. Like we talked about why the things, that the 2011 version of the thing had too much CG. It's not as impactful as it being pretty more of the practical effects, so that seemed a little scarier. That kind of is reason kind of like
I mean, that wasn't the only reason why it was bad, but I mean, that was part of it.
it's one of
It
the
just
big-
it wasn't as good as the one in the 80s.
yeah.
The movie I'm gonna pick is a recent movie, and I don't think that many people watched it. It came out 2020, and it's called Love and Monsters.
Oh, that was
It
it was on
has,
streaming, wasn't it?
No, it came
No?
out. It came out in theaters. It might have been one of those quick to streaming because during COVID, but it has Dylan O'Brien, the guy from the Maze Runner movies. It also has Colin Wang from what do you call it, Iron Fist.
It also has what's his
Michael
name?
Rooker's in
Yes,
it.
I was gonna say Yondu, but Michael
yeah,
Rooker.
so,
Ye-
yeah, I saw it and it was fun. I liked it. It was a cool movie.
Yeah, it's just big monsters that kind of take over. Right?
Yeah, it's a semi post apocalyptic movie where something happens. I think, I forgot what the story was. I think some countries were firing atomic bombs at each other, and the radiation went around the world and messed with the insects, and insects became ridiculously huge. So the monsters in the movie are really, really big insects.
That is.
But yeah, so
dang.
yeah, it was pretty cool. I enjoyed it. I recommend it. The CGI is surprisingly really good for most likely a pretty low budget movie. It was probably like one of those $15-20 million budget movies that they don't really make anymore. But yeah, I liked it.
I remember hearing good things about it. I think like a long time ago, a couple while back, you had mentioned it, but I don't know where I could find it now.
It's on Epics.
Oh, dang it, Epics. Got these
Probably on Redbox or something. I don't know. You could probably rent it
Or
somewhere.
you can probably rent it.
Rent
like
it on Amazon.
Digitally rent it for $3.99, $5.99. Like get it in good quality.
Oh, sorry. It's also on Prime
Oh,
There
and
we go.
Paramount Plus.
awesome.
Damn.
There you go.
Okay. Here we go. Loving Monsters.
So yeah, I recommend it. It's fun.
A Quiet Place. Would you guys consider
Yes.
that monster?
Yeah. I mean, it's
It's
aliens,
aliens, but
but
it's like-
it's still monsters.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Yeah,
like
'cause-
War of the Worlds.
Because
I would
that's
say.
another one too.
Yeah.
Well, would you? Because we don't really see the aliens.
Yeah, you do.
Towards the end,
Kind
when they're
of.
all kind of
Yeah, where
sick
they're
with the flu.
yeah, they're dying, and you see
'Cause
like the one
germs.
arm and
Yeah.
or the arm and then the kind of some of the body. But
So we
It's
just
kind of like
separating alien
the-
movies out because then we can say Independence
well, yeah,
Day.
I guess it depends on the alien movie, like what the aliens do. Like you can say Arrival, but they don't really do anything.
No, it's
Yeah,
that's
because
not
that's
really.
not a monster
That's not
movie.
a monster movie. That's a hard
Like
sci-fi.
it's still
movie.
it's still aliens, but then you have
'Cause
like
that's why I
War
think
of the
Annihilation's
Worlds
still
or
like a sci-fi
Alright.
movie.
or Alien that they're like monsters. But
What about Bird Box?
oh god,
Well, you never see anything.
Yeah, but it's there, so
Yeah.
it technically counts. Even though you just don't see the monster.
But is it a monster or an alien
I don't know.
Yeah,
that you don't know?
it's a monstrous alien.
I don't know.
Which then lets me dovetail to another
Box.
pick that I just came out with one that I'm pretty sure I think we've all might have seen. Cloverfield.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that definitely counts. It's
That's
all,
a monster for sure.
yeah,
That's
that's
a-
for sure a monster, like giant kaiju monster.
Attacking New York.
Actually, have
Attacking
not
New York
seen.
City.
No, you have not.
I've not seen Cloverfield,
Interesting.
10 Cloverfield Lane, or
Very
the
good.
10
movie,
Cloverfield Lanes
Paradox.
are really good. Cloverfield Paradox is
Yes,
eh.
that was the
That one's Netflix only.
that was a Netflix original one.
Yeah.
But, like, is that yeah, that was like is this a Venom prequel or not? But
I thought the Venom prequel, quote unquote, was the one
Oh,
with
the other one with
Jake
Ryan-
Gyllenhaal
and Ryan Reynolds. Yeah,
yes.
sorry, it was that one.
Life.
Life. Yes,
Life?
that's what people were saying. Like, oh yeah, it's the Venom.
The Venom prequel. No. But yeah, Cloverfield, I remember fun fact about Cloverfield that there were certain scenes towards the beginning of the movie where I actually got dizzy. It's kind of
Because
weird.
isn't it
It's
like
a found footage
It's all
movie.
found footage,
Yeah,
hand
'cause
cam.
it's technically like TJ Miller is the cameraman, and you're following him around.
oh that's him?
Yeah.
Yep.
I should
Threw
I
me
should
off
watch
in the
that one.
beginning because I was expecting something else.
Oh, really?
But,
yeah, threw you off. Yeah.
Yeah, but then towards the end, towards the end, I was like, oh, okay, this is actually pretty.
I liked it. That was like at the time where a bunch of movies were trying to do the found footage.
Yeah. Produced by J.J. Abrams.
Yep.
right?
Yeah,
Michael Giacchino doing the music.
Of course.
and same thing for 10
And-
Cloverfield Lane, where JJ was also a producer.
Isn't that Matt Reeves? Didn't he also direct it?
I
Or
believe Matt Reeves did 10 Cloverfield
directed
Lane.
or produced. I don't know. I think he was part of it.
He had his hands in 10 Cloverfield Lane. I could have.
No, the 10 Cloverfield Lane has a
No,
different
the
director.
first one of Cloverfield.
Oh, Dan Trachtenberg.
Trachtenberg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He directed the first one.
He
10.
did 10 Cloverfield Lane.
Right,
Cloverfield
but
Lane.
who did Cloverfield?
The first one.
Who did Normie Cloverfield? Let's find out.
It was
Directed by
Matt Reeves.
Matt
Yeah, it was
Reeves.
Matt Reeves.
There you go.
Matt Reeves.
Yeah, starring T.J.
The
Miller.
Batman.
Well,
The Batman.
yeah. T.J. Miller was interesting. But then 10 Cloverfield Lane has John Goodman in it.
Yes.
Oh,
it
yeah.
does. Yeah.
But I haven't seen the movie, but I was kind of spoiled where he's
Yeah. Don't spoil for everybody listening.
I'm
to
not
it.
gonna say, but like he's
He's a
John
character in the
Goodman.
movie.
He's John
Yeah.
Goodman.
He's a character in the movie. John Goodman. This is when John Goodman is starting to lose a little bit of weight, so he's pretty cool. Speaking
Oh,
of another monster movie that John Goodman is in, Skull Island.
Well,
we did mention just
Yeah, we
King
mentioned
Kong
Godzilla,
and-
Kong,
Kong and Godzilla, all those
Yeah.
movies,
Yeah.
But
They're fun.
he is nice. He's a great actor.
Godzilla,
Yeah.
King of the Monsters.
King of the Yeah, that's a fun just monster.
If you want to
romp.
see a lot of monsters, do some monster action.
That was King
But,
of the
like-
Monsters was
It was cool.
visually looked really nice.
Yeah, it looked
Yeah.
great.
like the
Story was whatever, but all the monster stuff was great.
Yeah,
That's all you need.
the
Yeah.
King Ghidorah parts were actually pretty
Oh
cool.
yeah.
Yeah, the music. Bear McCreary had all these themes for. He had like a cool King Ghidorah theme. He used the Mothra and Godzilla themes. And then Rodan like flying around was always really cool and really well done. Yeah, it was dope.
If you want to go foreign, I would suggest The Host.
The Host,
Korean
He was gonna
movie,
say
The
that.
Host.
Bong Joon Ho,
Came out maybe 2005
6.
ish. Yeah,
I think it's 2006.
something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That's a good one.
I recommend that one. That's good too.
Yeah. What do I remember?
That's pretty solid list. For
That's a lot of
monster
lists,
movies.
yeah.
It is a lot.
And it's a lot of, encompassing. Like you have the freaky stuff, you have like the creature features, you have, we mentioned some of the classics, we mentioned some modern takes on it. Like there's also like the romanticized gothic stuff. So we talked about like the Draculas. Technically, I would consider like Shape of Water in this particular thing. Kind of like
Yeah.
it's more romanticized, but it's still like a monster or creepy thing.
Yeah,
Would you? Oh, so then does that mean Guillermo del Toro's in like it has 3 movies in this
all
category?
his movies are monster movies.
All of them, yeah. It's fair
Pacific
point.
Rim.
His new Pinocchio is gonna be.
Pacific Rim, Shape of Water, Pan's Labyrinth.
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah. We count Pan's
It's not a
Labyrinth.
monster movie, but there are
Freaky
creatures in it.
creatures.
Yeah, I mean that's he's known for.
Hellboy.
He's known for his creature design.
Hellboy creature designs are always really cool, based off the comic. But yeah, there's a lot of fun stuff in there. But like I would say, like if you're gonna have one takeaway, I would say is definitely watch The Thing. Like that, I think we just circle back around. to
Go
that.
watch Jaws this weekend for the re-release. They're just like they did with ET. They're re-releasing another
I
Spielberg
think it's
movie.
in 3D too.
3D and in IMAX.
Yeah, IMAX and in 3D. So that should be a fun little.
That'd be cool to see in IMAX.
Yep, and you understand why people need to chill out when there's a shark around and not. It's the 4th of July. Like, yeah, watch the movie. Yeah, like it's. I think it really like was like the beginning of like the modern blockbuster. That Spielberg did it, and you have
Mhm.
John Williams
Epic.
making that amazing Jaws theme. It's too good. It's too good, guys. Any other closing thoughts, Danny? Zach?
The Beast. Is that what it's called?
The new one.
Yeah,
With the
that's
lion?
not Monster, right?
I mean, it's just a lion.
Just a lion,
that's
right?
going
Okay, no,
crazy.
you just
a
wanted
It's just
lion
a
that wants
really
to kill Idris Elba.
It's just the guy. He has a beef with Idris Elba for some reason. I don't know why. He's just like, you did Knuckles. I don't like you.
Oh,
don't know.
I got one.
Ooh,
Release the Kraken. What?
Pirates of the Caribbean.
No.
Oh, yes.
Liam Neeson
Oh
saying
man.
release the Kraken and what do you call it? Clash
Release
of
the
the Titans.
Kraken.
Clash of the Titans.
Did he actually? Was that him who said it?
Yeah, Liam Neeson's.
So he actually released the Kraken? I thought someone else released the Kraken.
Well, he told someone to release it. He didn't do it.
Okay.
He screamed at somebody, "Release the Kraken!"
Sam
There is a
Worthington.
Kraken in
There's a
Pirates.
giant, but there's a giant, like real ass Kraken in
Yeah,
Clash of the Titans. Again, that also had Medusa and stuff. So I
a
guess
lot of monsters.
Yeah,
Greek mythology monsters.
Greek
But
myth.
Medusa isn't a monster per se.
She basically just got screwed over by Athena because Athena was mean. Like that's just Greek myth in general. Basically, the
Yeah.
gods were petty and just did stuff.
She kind of turned into a monster. I mean, I wouldn't say she's a monster. But
Yeah, she's a half human, half snake thing that when she looks at you, turn into stone. Yeah, it's a monster.
I guess.
It's like
But
the alien. Hey, I have spit blood in your face, and I just can eat you, or like the weird face hugger things that basically face rape you, and then you make an alien out of your chest, and you're dead.
But then would you say that Percy Jackson, the Lightning Thief, is a monster movie?
No, that is different.
Monsters Inc.
Oh,
Damn.
wow.
Danny wins.
How do we not pick that one?
Monsters and Monsters Inc.
Monsters U.
I mean, it's in the
I was
title.
trying to find some like animated movies about monsters.
Well,
but
there's
The Sea Beast.
the Sea Beast is the
Yeah.
first one that popped up.
But
which
it-
was-
How to
wasn't
Train
there
Your
one
Dragon, maybe?
called
Or no?
but is
No.
it Dragon?
no.
there was
it's
something called
Dragon.
it was a movie called Something and Monsters and it came out
Oh,
Monsters and Aliens?
versus
Versus
aliens.
Aliens, there you go.
Yeah.
Monsters versus Aliens. That's where
Okay.
Stephen Colbert was the president.
hmm
The only thing I remember. And Seth Rogen is in that.
He was the Blob, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you
the
saw Chip and
Bob.
Dale, there's a meta reference to Seth Rogen in that movie.
Nice.
I think Danny understood all that. Yeah. As if you're not see him on camera, he's just nodding. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that was stupid.
Could we say also maybe Shrek? Because there are kind of like
Fairy tale creatures,
Fairy
not
tale, yeah.
monsters.
You got the Monster House.
Monster House.
Monster
is an
House.
actual
Oh,
monster. Yeah.
that's true.
Fair enough.
I always
What about it?
got kind of creeped out with it. Oh.
Would it be
It?
considered a
Oh,
monster?
yes.
movie?
Yeah, I would consider it a monster movie. Because
Yeah.
it's like a
Yeah.
well, no, not a monster. No, that's because he's technically more supernatural. Like but then again,
It's an alien.
yeah. But what about It Follows?
No,
No, right?
It's-
You would consider that
no, because
it's a ghost,
just
right?
no, it's just people
It's just
killing
peop-
each other.
It's just people that got possessed by something, right?
Yeah, and then they follow you and they kill you, and then it
Okay.
keeps going. It's a
But
cycle.
so at least it, yeah, that's a good point. So it is just an actual malevolent, monstrous thing that's just chasing you and hunting you down and trying to kill you. So yeah, that's basically what it is. Like either giant monsters wreaking havoc, or like there's some other like appropriately sized creature monster thing that's coming after you trying to kill you, or just freaky transformations. That's like the main like 3 tentpole thing of monsters, or you're either transforming into something giant monster, or like kind of thing that's like a predatory type of monster that's chasing after you and trying to kill you. Sometimes they overlap, sometimes they don't.
And that's not an alien.
With the exception of Alien, I don't know. Like I guess that's maybe or may not be an alien. No, it can be an alien. It can be an alien. I think it could be.
I guess it depends on the context.
I guess like
Yeah.
Cloverfield and Alien
And,
And
A Quiet
Predator.
Place. A Quiet Place.
Quiet Place.
and A Quiet Place.
Those are alien creatures.
Just not like Arrival or
Annihilation. I don't think
Probably.
Annihilation's more like stuff gets super evolved and some other stuff. I don't know. It's weird, but it's cool either way. I think that's a good spot to kind of like now that we've defined monsters.
A lot for your watch list.
A lot for
Yeah.
your watch list if you ever want to like be a little freaked out or kind of watch some interesting stuff, or some creature features as they're known back in the day.
Let us know what your favorite monster movie is.
Oh, anything Scooby Doo, man. Come on. How do we forget Scooby Doo?
Even no,
Monsters Unleashed. Come on. No, I'm kidding.
no, that one has Scrappy Doo in it. No. Anyway, but yeah, like Danny said, let us know your favorite monster films, anything we might have missed, any recommendations we can share with the rest of the popcorn watchers and listeners. That'd be really fun. Please, engage, talk to us, send your stuff over to our Twitter on Popcorn Watchlist, and on Instagram as well as Popcorn Watchlist. It'll be a lot of fun. We like to keep that going, and especially as us avid movie watchers, we'd love to share the recommendations with everyone else, and help spread the movie love. Thanks for tuning in, guys and girls and everything in between. We will catch you guys next time with another fun topic. Thanks so much. Catch you later.
Later.
See ya.
Bye.